Now, looking at the NFC predictions, it's going to be interesting how this shakes up. This is maybe not as talented as the AFC, but I think the competition is very close. For number 1 seed, I'm going to pick the Philadelphia Eagles to finish 13-4 and have the top record in the NFC, mainly due to the offense carrying the load. I think it's very high powered. I think with them looking for not only just a hot start, but to close out something that they didn't do in 2023. The defense will come a little bit slower than the offense, but it will be very effective due to their very deep depth at the cornerback position in particular. And I think we're going to see a breakout season from Jalen Carter. I wouldn't be surprised if he's a Pro Bowl kind of guy just due to his pass rushing ability and also being able to stop the run. I have Detroit being the number 2 seed. I think just them having a tough division is what prevents them from being the number 1 seed in this situation. They're not only facing the Packers, but I think the Chicago Bears are also going to be a team that takes a bite out of the conference record. These could come down to conference record tiebreakers because this year in particular, Detroit isn't playing Philly head-to-head, so it's going to come down to probably conference record as a tiebreaker. And I think with that, that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out, but I think that's the difference there. I've been high on Atlanta to start off some of these videos heading into this season, and I'm going to continue that trend because Atlanta, I think, is going to ride the softer schedule and be a team that finishes 12-5, maybe lose out on a tiebreaker. And I think with that, they might even be a 2 seed, but I think that I couldn't make that bold prediction. I think they're a 3 seed due to their very soft schedule, and with Kirk Cousins leading the way and their very high prolific offense, some modifications to the defense, mixing some veteran leadership, I think they're going to be a sneaky good team in the NFC playoff race. You're going to see that now, and you notice now in my standings that San Francisco takes a step back. I think there's going to be some very real Super Bowl hangover. A lot of people are picking the Rams to not only usurp the 49ers in this division, but it could be a dark horse contender for the 1 seed. Now, I can't really make that broad a jump because I like what San Francisco has done. I think they've kept their good pieces. Trent Williams will be back. Brandon Ayuk got extended. The offense the offense is going to be virtually the same, and continuity is really important in the NFL. But in terms of the talent perspective, I think they just have a little bit more compared to LA. LA is hinging their entire season on an older Matthew Stafford, and I think he's going to be good. But if he gets injured and it's the back, I think that's going to be a big loss for them, and they may not be able to recover from that. The loss of Aaron Donald also is going to be another blow to this season, and I think they're good enough to make the playoffs, but I just don't think they're good enough to win this division. Green Bay will be there absolutely in the playoffs. I think they're the best wild card team. They're just going to miss out on the NFC North title. They're going to be the best of the wild card teams, and then going back to LA, I'll pick them as the 6th seed, and then my bold prediction is that Chicago wins the last wild card spot as the 7th seed. Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears are a very high potent offense. They have so many weapons. I think the O-line is a work in progress, don't get me wrong, but I think they'll be able to get the job done. Defensively, they're looking pretty decent. And I think with all these moves this offseason, this is when they finally see the Bears break through, and put themselves on the map as a future NFC contender. They would win the final spot, and then you'll see that the Cowboys aren't in here. And I think with that, it's just due to their lack of moves this offseason. I think the Cowboys are a team that are hanging on by threads, and I don't understand the moves or the people selecting them to be an NFC East favorite. I just don't think they have the roster. I don't think they have the chemistry. The defense too, I mean, yes, they have Micah Parsons, but Trayvon Diggs is coming off the ACL injury. Deron Bland is going to be missing a good chunk of the season. Somebody's going to have to step up in that cornerback 2 spot, and I think their secondary could be very vulnerable to start off the year. They don't have an easy schedule, and I think with that, that's their doom. I can't put the Commanders in ahead of them. I think the Commanders are a solid team. They'll take a step forward, but they definitely won't be a playoff team nonetheless.